As a family, we are still very in touch with our Mexican roots. As a result, I grew up with a love for our culture. My first cassette was Selena's Amor Prohibido, and I'd choose a raspado over ice cream any day. When I was in elementary school, my mom would pack my lunches. One day for snack, I had chopped fruit with chile. As I was enjoying my fruit, a boy walking by stopped, pointed at my food, and shouted, "Ew, what is that?" I immediately shrunk in my seat and felt so embarrassed. Other kids turned their heads to look at my plate. I closed my lunchbox and vowed to never put myself in this kind of situation again. Subconsciously, at the young age of 5, I was assimilating. I understood that in order to fit in, I had to leave characteristics of my culture behind and adapt to those in the dominant group. I didn't realize until later on in my life that what that boy did to me was an act of symbolic violence. The dominant group creates a context in which the norms, values, and tastes of other groups are labeled as inferior. This leads us into the idea of social norms in school. More often than not, kids are bullied for showing their cultural heritage at school and straying from the social norm. A social norm can be defined as a pattern of behavior in a particular group, community, or culture accepted as normal and to which an individual is expected to conform. Being a kid in school, we can oftentimes feel like fitting into peer groups is the most important thing about school. And if we don't get accepted into social norm groups, we feel excluded and bad about ourselves. Growing up, teachers and parents play a vital role in our lives. However, sometimes teachers and parents can be uneducated in how our cultural background affects us. How many times have you felt completely lost during a lecture because your teacher was using an experience of their own? I know I have. When teachers use experience from their past, they end up confusing students from a different cultural background even more, simply because that student cannot relate. These are the types of cultural differences that many teachers are unaware of, but can easily be solved by taking the time to learn about the culture of their students. Unfortunately, discrimination does not stop at the teachers themselves, but expands to the entire school as well. Traditional parents who only see their culture as superior to others are at fault as well. Raising their child to act, speak, and breathe their culture only causes them to be narrow-minded. This feeling of superiority can sometimes cause those children to bully others or be the one teased and feel like their culture is at fault. It is a part of a parent's job to teach their child that there is more than one culture in the world and to find ways to encourage ways to embrace it. Hidden curriculum is the underlying curriculum designed to reflect and promote the interests of the dominant class. The hidden curriculum can be argued to produce certain students, majority whites, to be successful leaders rather than followers. By doing so, schools encourage racial inequality along with creating a status quo. Although it seems that many of these issues are too large to manage, there are actually ways that we can make changes. This brings us to solutions. We should all know that diversity makes for a rich tapestry, and we must understand that all threads of the tapestry are equal in value no matter what their color. Teachers can encourage their own cultural background in making it a way for students to open up about their culture. Another way that teachers can embrace culture is invite guest speakers from various cultures to teach their class about their cultural background. Parents at home can also teach their children more about different cultures. Showing children different photographs of people from all over the world with different ethnicities, foods, and music can help build tolerance.